Imagine your phone rings. It's the school, but they aren't calling about a grade. They're calling because the police are in the office with your child. Stay tuned. Before we get into it, a quick reminder. I am not a lawyer, and this content is for informational purposes only, not legal advice. We all want our kids to be safe at school, but when a typical principal's office moment turns into a police interaction, the stakes change instantly. Whether it's an investigation into a missing backpack or a misunderstanding in the hallway, what happens in those few minutes can follow a student for years. Today, we're breaking down how to protect your child's rights and their future. Now, picture this scenario. Your teenager is pulled out of class by a school resource officer, or SRO. They're taken to a small office and asked just to tell their side of the story. As a parent, you aren't there yet. Your child feels pressured, scared, and wants to be helpful so they can go back to class. This is the exact moment where things usually go wrong. In the US, students don't lose their constitutional rights at the schoolhouse gate, but those rights do look a little different inside a school. While school officials might only need reasonable suspicion to search a locker, a police officer, even one stationed at the school, is still a representative of the law. Here is the most important thing your child needs to know. They have the right to remain silent and the right to have a parent or attorney present during questioning. Many kids think that if they don't talk, they look guilty. You need to explain to them that staying silent isn't about being difficult, it's about being careful. Tell your child that if an officer starts asking questions, they should use these exact words. "I am not comfortable answering questions without my parents here." If the officer continues, the child should repeat, "I want to talk to my mom or dad before I say anything else." As a parent, when you get that call, your goal is de-escalation. Don't rush into the school screaming about rights. That usually makes the staff more defensive. Instead, stay calm and firm. When you arrive, ask the principal and the officer directly, "Is my child being detained, or are they free to leave with me?" If they are being detained, tell the officer clearly, "My child will not be making any statements or signing any documents without an attorney present." Avoid saying, "It wasn't my idea, it was my friend's," or "I only held it for a second." In the eyes of the law, those are confessions. Instead, the dialogue should be, "I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to answer questions until my parents get here." It's polite, it's firm, and it stops the clock. Now, let's talk about the permanent record. In the digital age, this isn't just a folder in a filing cabinet. Interactions with police can lead to a juvenile record that impacts college applications, financial aid, or future employment. Here is your action checklist for when you're dealing with a school police incident. First, document everything. Write down the names of the officers and school officials involved. Ask for the incident report number if there is one. Second, record the interaction if your state's laws and school policies allow it. But honestly, your phone's voice memo app is your best friend for taking notes immediately after you leave the building while the details are fresh. Third, check the student handbook. Schools are required to follow their own written procedures regarding police interviews. If they didn't call you first and the handbook says they should have, that's a major point in your favor. Fourth, if things have escalated to an arrest or a formal charge, do not try to handle it yourself. Contact a local attorney who specializes in education law or juvenile defense immediately. Finally, remember that your child is likely traumatized by the experience. Focus on safety and support first. Once you're home and the situation is stable, you can deal with the school's disciplinary side of things, like suspensions or hearings. Protecting your child's future starts with a conversation at the dinner table tonight. Make sure they know that you are their advocate and that they have the right to wait for you before they say a word. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more practical guides on your rights.